Aloha, Unity Grace here. Whoops! Oh. Oh, life is amazing, and I took a little fall in the snow. What a good way to start the LoveStream. The first LoveStream, the power went out. The second one, we took a little snowy fall. There we are. I was making a snow angel while I was waiting for you to all join in the miracle of all of this wonderful snow. The Aurora source code. It's coming in. So thank we for tuning in. My goodness, we are getting on new footing. What a perfect way to start. A little fall in the snow. It's so good. Childlike again, making snowmen and slipping and sliding around as we get our new footing. Woo! This is very deep in the grids of Albion, this snow. So thank you for tuning in and joining. We are connecting now very fully in multiple realms and dimensions very consciously together. Aloha, Lon, and Sunshine, and Karen. Thanks for tuning in to our snowy winter wonderland together. So, just give me a thumbs up on the sound and let me know you can hear over the crunching of the snow together. Wow, just take a look around. The elementals are speaking. Aloha, Jonah. The Aurora. It is now present and here within our collective. And what is it? What does it mean? What is happening within us? It's our interdimensional, multidimensional existence being restored to us and through us and from us. And so what it says is it's time for us to answer. I'm going to sit in the snow. It's my second fall, and I love live performances. So I'm just going to stay put in the snow. It's very slick out here, and it's very deep in Albion. Oh, these elementals. So just consider all of this snow is unique forms of cymatics all around us. And what is coming in is the Aurora. The Aurora is the cymatic of a holistic earth consciousness of sovereign, which means we are now in a unified field with the Earth Gaia consciousness. And as sovereign beings, now we are all receiving direct source code consciousness into us. This is most likely much more fantastical than the mind can imagine, because what it means is we are free and released and liberated, sovereign to move freely throughout creation. And if there is any piece that is convincing us otherwise, it is just like the Pavlov dogs with the little bell that have forgotten that they don't have to come running to the bell anymore, that they are not held by their hunger. We are free and liberated beings, and we've been practicing with this for many miracles. And what it truly means is that if you want to join us at lucidity, for example, just close your eyes and imagine being with us there on the stage together celebrating. And it is so. We are now connecting consciously to the Aurora, which is a collective human energy biofield that is directly linked to Gaia and the higher iterations of the consciousness that we call Gaia. The Sophia is the Sophionic harmonic, where the particle and the wave converge. So what that really means is that our consciousness has now come to the place where it has the capacity to move through time and space, and in fact beyond it, beyond the speed of light. And as I say, we've all been practicing in many ways to do this, and now all we have to do, there's no have-tos, but the invitation is to close our eyes and know it and begin connecting in with each other in ways that transform the external reality around us without us having to lift a hammer or a nail to do it. So that means, can someone give me a thumbs up? I'm wondering if the camera is frozen. This is a really good transmission. We want to make sure we get it. Just not seeing any little comments coming up, yeah? There we go, thank you. Perfect, okay. So what the guidance has been sharing for some time is to continue making plans together. It's called creativity. And as we do the creativity together, the guidance has been sharing, don't project it outside of ourselves in a linear time wave. It's right here, right now, it's all within us. So it's like, as we were making our way through the maze, first of all, we had to try things. And then after a while, we had tried enough things and we could just kind of look at it and go, I don't really need to go there. I'm pretty sure I know what's down that rabbit hole. And so then we could just imagine it, and in an instant we were complete with it because we overcame our hunger. The hunger is the shadow of the 35th gene. The 35th gene is coded for a shortcut through the evolutionary program, the genetic evolutionary program of ascension. See, read those words right in the gene keys. Richard Rudd brought it through in a transmission which said the 35th gene is the shortcut where one can take their evolution into their own hands and outwit the genetic evolutionary program. Those were his words from transmission. So what that means is that we've all been working inside a beautiful, amazing program, and we have the capacity through the 35th gene of love to, it says right in the CD, this is the gene where people have broken the, gone past the laws of this reality, have dematerialized, materialized in front of people's eyes, have levitated, teleported, transcended, all these different kinds of categories. By the way, if this love stream is helpful, please share it. This is the gifting, this is the connecting, this is the co-creating, the collaborating. So as we share our gifts and skills together, then we are energizing this human bioenergy field that I'm speaking of, the Aurora. Mr. Sandalfizi. So just through our golden pod here, who has been working with me on the transmissions to assist to bring them through and create a little network where we can inspire from them, we have been co-creating and collaborating with others to interweave the connection of this interdimensional, multidimensional field of unity consciousness. It's called the ninth wave through Carl Kalman's book. It's what the Mayan calendar was all about. The ninth wave, unity consciousness, multi-D. We're here. So now we're inspired to continue to play with it. And so the best way to play with it is co-create and collaborate, share our gifts openly. It's called open source. Hold nothing back. There's nothing left to hold back. We are in a pod consciousness, and now the fun begins to really test out our capacity to activate the field. Nathan, Sky Horse, with your fabulous macabres, it's real, it's here. And this is the time to do it, to play with it, so to open up our gifts. So for example, and I've put all the links, I hope I reposted my first LoveStream went out, but if not, we'll put all the links to some different co-creations and collaborations right now. The unity transmissions are storytelling, and the space is in between the words. That's where the magic resides when you take a ride on a unity transmission. So there is something magical coming through. It's exactly what Richard speaks about in the 60th gene. And the Earth ship Merkaba cracking is that language has the capacity, like a magician, to entertain while the real magic is coming through. And that's what these transmissions are bringing. If we just put unity at center, she will open up the center, step back, take her equal place in the circle where all voices can be heard. This is something that has come through the transmissions for years, and what it means is the transmissions have the capacity to open up the singularity, the collective Stargate, multi-D, ninth wave, unity consciousness for all of us to step through together. So the transmissions have been unifying a field of consciousness to hold in place something that we don't see with our eyes currently, and that's okay because we know it's happening, because we're all in alignment. The same language is coming through us. The synchronicities are profound, and of course that is confirmation. So now the final piece is to uplift our physicality beyond time, space, and gravity. It's time to play. So, for example, our amazing golden pod is created Unity Transmissions, PureEnergy.love. We have Facebook pages, we have YouTube pages, we have the Living Universe, the Living Library. These are all everyone who has been activated on the planet for years has been creating pods, and their own individual inspirations have been coming through, and groups have been coming together collectively to work on them. And this is the time when everything lights up together, when all of those pods that have focused their intensified energy on certain projects, now all those lit up collectives who learn to come into unity consciousness together, now all those pods around the planet are live and connected. And so now let's play with the real stuff. This is our birthright as sovereign. It's what we worked on so hard to alchemize all of the polarities and opposites together. And it is a field of a loving benevolence. It's creation. And so, for example, our golden pod is co-creator collaborators of the amazing Lucidity Festival. And so as we are co-creating our PureEnergy.love stage and the Oracle Dome and the Water Realm, which PureEnergy.love, through the love of many at Lucidity and Sandalphon and Freedom, Infinity Possibilities, have been deeply focused on it as a collaborative effort to bring together amazing musicians and so on to that pod. And of course, Ali, Avila, and Meta, and the children, and Jonah, and all of our beautiful family together. And so I'm just mentioning these pieces so we can get a more clear perception, idea, essence of what the Aurora is. So the Aurora is the cymatic that has been organizing us on the earth. It is the consciousness. In the human design, you would call it, Ra Aru, who brought through human design, called it the Rave, I Ching. He called it the New Earth Children. They would be fully telepathic from their solar plexus. It's the activation of the solar plexus. And so, and Paige just said, yes, she spoke about this on her show. It's because we're in the pod consciousness. This is transcendent of copyright. It is universal conscious awareness that we are sharing now as a collective. And so that's why there's nothing left to hold on to. There's just play to get started and celebration. It is the crowning glory. It is the miracle jubilee of our human collective choosing the love consciousness, which gives us permission to go into places in the stars together. Okay, so the way the guidance has been coaching for miracles now is to continue to create, and keep in mind less is more. So as soon as that busy mind gets in the way, you just go, little border collie, go chew on a bone. Because this is the refined state of our energy together. And so create, 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 allow the inspiration to flow through. And as it does, pick the finest morsels of it. I love that I'm sitting on the ground in the middle of the road in the snow where I fell for the second time, slipped. Obviously, I was supposed to stay still for this love stream. And yes, so this is how we do it. So you keep creating with collaborative projects. You keep bringing inspirations through. If one of we has not found the collaboration yet, don't worry, keep creating, because it's out there for we and you. It's called Synergy. It's the reorganization of the consciousness, and the overarching cymatic is the Aurora, which is the ninth wave and beyond it. It's beyond human consciousness. It's like Richard says in the Gene Keys, it's the ninth initiation is when we go beyond the earth plane. It's when the seventh, the atmic body, comes down and lifts up the physical, the first body, absorbs it, reabsorbs it back into it. So why do you think that? And then it says, takes the final journey. Richard says in the ninth initiation, only a few brave souls have taken this journey. It's called multidimension. So the brave journey is the capacity now to allow the atmic to uplift all of the levels of our body beyond time and gravity, and then shazam, here we are in the Pleiades for blue spirulina popcorn, like that. So as we're continuing to co-create, collaborate, and bring creation through us and ideas, and I'm using the Lucidity Festival as an example, here is the one piece from the guidance. Just don't project anything out in linear time before us. Stay fully present. So as soon as we have an idea of our creation, allow ourselves to experience it in the miracle inside of us. This is where our power is to activate this multi-dimensional consciousness, meaning no airplanes, no middleman called a dollar, no cause and all of that. We just get to do the fun stuff. And so this is the practice of Flight Lessons 101, the tool to, as soon as you go, oh, we're going to have this great artist on the stage with us, we're so excited. It's like it's already happened. Feel it within us. Feel the joy and excitement of witnessing it or being a part of it or hugging each other. That, whoop, car coming. They come quite, there we go. They come quite silently through the snow. My wonderful neighbor, he's going, oh, there's that Unity Grace. She's sitting in the middle of the road. Well, she is unique, isn't she? All right, this is how we do it. Create, 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 and allow ourselves to experience the experience in the instant that we feel it or see it. And really tapping into the incredible, what is James Lukiamuzi from the Starlight family, and check them out also. Talk about love consciousness in Uganda. This family, James, we love you. and this man's music is amazing, and the children at the orphanage there and the people in the community are profound. This is the love consciousness. This is the shortcut out. These are the kinds of connections we are making so that we don't have to figure out nonprofits and GoFundMes and all those things anymore, because we don't need them, because we don't need a middleman to our true superabundance, which is sovereign with creation. Think golden apple, produce golden apple in the palm of the hand. So, yes, this is the Aurora. We are in it. We are riding this consciousness together. So we are in the miracle coordinate. The stargates are opening. We have lots of evidence in our technology and our photographs that are coming through us. And the significant thing about that is in the 60th gene, Richard says, when he talks about the Earthship Merkaba cracking, he says that you graft a young sapling onto an old rootstock, and when you do, it is the information, it is the energy, it is the wave that comes through that sapling, and it's grafted to the old rootstock. The old rootstock is the old system. It's the technology that has so greatly helped us to connect with each other and find each other. And now we are grafting our new consciousness onto it through what we are doing at this miracle coordinate. And so what Richard explains is that all containers are meant to crack, to break, to open, to allow this ever-expanding wave of consciousness to flow through it. And we are the containers, our bodies. We are the highest technology ever created. And the true technology is the technology of love and connection. So now, with everything we create, go into the creation and source the love together, the joy of, aloha, Miss Infinity, the joy of co-creating, collaborating together. So one of the transmissions that came through for our golden pod recently, and I just want to say, everyone on earth is golden one and everyone is the golden pod. And so everything comes through me as coded language that helps to unify our consciousness. So one of the transmissions that came through recently, which was a very powerful one for all of us, was called Cheesies and Chocolate Cake or something like that. And one night, some of the golden ones who live with me here at the monastery, the Living Library Monastery in Albion, we have this little yummy for real Canadian cheesies, because they've got real Canadian cheese in them, it says, and they've got a great crunch, and it's just one of our fun little things we do. And so we were like, oh, let's get some cheesies and some of that gluten-free vegan chocolate cake that we love with chocolate avocado icing. And so the guidance said, okay, that requires getting in the car and stuff. Let's play with it for a miracle. Let's tap into it. Let's just imagine ourselves eating those cheesies right now and find out, is this a hunger from the shadow frequency, a craving just to fill a place of emptiness within us? Or is it really our love for it? Let's connect in. And so we did a little meditation. We imagined ourselves eating the cheesies and all that kind of stuff. And what we discovered is when we imagined ourselves eating the cheesies, that was not where the true joy was. The true joy was in the sharing of the cheesies. I had this vision with Ruthie Joy, and the cheesies were falling out of the sky, and she was running around going, Unity, it's real, they're everywhere. And it was her joy that lit me up more than the cheesies. So it is the sharing that we do with each other more than the doing that we're doing that actually lights us up. And this is the energy that we are tapping into now inside of us. This is the miracle coordinate. The miracle is within us, and the star maps are within. And what are the star maps? The miracle coordinates of how to travel multidimensionally from this place to that, and leave the work behind and just enjoy the superabundance of being graduates from the school of duality and polarity, and alchemizing the opposites on behalf of creation to have an accelerated, expanding perspective of itself, which is what we have been doing together. So the miracle coordinate is within us. The 35th gene is the shortcut. So if I think of Mr. Sandalphon and how much I love him and the beautiful friendship we've shared, and then I go, I'm just going to focus on being with Mr. Sandalphon for a cup of tea by the ocean. and dolphins swimming by. How's that? And us laughing, doing a love stream together. So I tap into that energy inside of me, and I keep expanding it outward, because the heart is the largest electromagnetic uh, frequency in the body coming from us. The heart is the attunement that attunes us to the sophionic harmonic, which is where the particle and the wave converge in the blackness of space, in the field. Zero point is the sophionic harmonic. That's why Sophia was so important on the quest, because Sophia resides within us. Sophia is not one individuated consciousness of a feminine or a masculine. When we get to these levels of truth within the field, I just had to move a little message out of the way so I could see you. Yes, when we tune into the truth of it, the sophionic harmonic, according to the guidance, is where our multidimensional capacities converge, particle and wave meet. And that's what we are learning to attune to within ourselves. I call it Flight Lessons 101, and stepping into the quantum field, and the owner's manual we left behind. 10 simple steps how to do this. So we continue to play, we continue to create, co-create, collaborate. So with our Golden Pod, for example, we have several WhatsApp chats going, and we have a lot of creative energy flowing. And Guillerme, who has been just amazing with our pod, just jumped into the Golden Pod with us. And so that co-creative collaborative energy that he has brought to our awareness and our pod through that gifting of our gifts together just expanded the pod quantum again. So we keep going quantum, and as the transmissions are coming through, and Ruthie Joy and Elawan are recording them every day as they come through, all through the day, and we post them on our pod chats, so the whole pod can remain in the consciousness of the transmission together. And as we do, the magic is coming through that Richard speaks of in the 60th gene, and it is transforming our consciousness. It's rewiring our neural networks within us, and it is unifying us. It is showing us, it is taking us outward together to show us our human potential. And each time we go into transmission, the whole pod is going like, wow, I'm getting all this pressure in my head, and I'm hearing all these sounds, and I'm seeing all this like DMT full on just from the true technology of connection. And so these are the dynamics that to share in terms of the dreams people are having, questions I am receiving. People are asking, Unity, what is the Aurora? The Aurora is the informing field of consciousness of a new Earth consciousness, Terra Nova, a wave of consciousness that allows us to move together with Gaia. And how are we connected to this consciousness and still in a physical flesh suit? Because we love, first and foremost, and we put balance, harmony, equality as priority in our existence, in our journey. That's what we chose together. So we are now moving together with the Earth consciousness, the Earth ascension. We actually are ascending with her, which of course we know, and this is just a reflection of the dynamic, so we can get some new handholds inside of our own auric field or consciousness to keep going together and go, wow, I've never even heard any of this stuff before, but boy, it sure makes sense, because I tell you, whatever's going on outside, that doesn't make sense. That was the beginning of my journey, when I finally said to all my family and friends, you know, I know my journey looks a little bit crazy right now, and I get it, and here's the deal. The outside world to me at the time didn't make sense. It looked crazy, and I said, so I got to take the leap, and I'm just going to do the best that I feel to make a change in the world. And what did it lead me to? It led me to my sovereign consciousness. That's what everyone here on this love stream has. If this love stream is helpful, please share it, love it, and like it. Check out some of the co-creations and collaborations. We've got Lucidity links on here. We have the amazing video collaboration with Guillerme that he made from Light Language, and the amazing light codes that he's bringing through. An amazing artist music that is open source music. This is collaboration, and this is what just keeps us going. Like, we are in the wave and on it. And although the reality may still look similar outside of us, it's not guaranteed. And for those who are really connected into the Aurora consciousness, we know for certain the reflection is transformed because we are surrounded by the most incredible, beautiful reflections at this time in every way. And this is the upliftment of the collective human consciousness, because no one's left behind. We love all of us. We are one. One consciousness, that is the Aurora. And yes, a final piece to share is this. In an amazing transmission last night, as my own consciousness was going into areas and parts of creation and the cosmic akashas where it had not surfed the waves in my present awareness up until the miracle coordinate of last evening. This is how the guidance made it really simple to understand. Caterpillars that are turning into butterflies are inside of a cocoon and then they come out. What the guidance said is that we are transforming inside, and the external reality is the butterfly, and just like the butterfly comes out of the cocoon, and it's a process, and then boop, its wings. That is the external reality. The external reality is the butterfly reflecting the internal reality that has been in transformation within us for aeons. And now there is no longer any time. We are eternal. We are just in the present, the eternal present miracle of the miracle. And so, just like the 60th gene says, and I speak about it all the time, when the 60th seed ignites in multiple beings, it will be the end of the world as we know it in Richard Rudd's Gene Keys. The Earthship Merkaba will crack and we will step into the new world. All the cells that make up the consciousness of Gaia. That means those who aligned with the consciousness of Gaia are going with Gaia. And of course, we are all oneness. And so that is a metaphor to go like, wow, where are my wings on my back? Well, you know, the wings are being constructed all around us right now through creation and where we place our intent. Place our intent inside of us, inside of that 35th gene within the shortcut through the evolutionary spiral. Just go to the shortcut because we already did. And now we're just getting some coordinates to help us understand. So, to sum it up, here's the thing. Create, co-create, collaborate with others, plan projects, but don't plan them in the future. Experience them in the miracle of now, like the Cheesy's example. And that will continue to expand the electromagnetic field of our heart consciousness, which is already fully connected, and continue to create fun games like Mr. Sandalphon and I are having tea in the Pleiades, along with the rest of you. Blue spirulina popcorn and tea in the Pleiades with the dolphins and the whales and the joyous, happy children who are we together, and just play with coordinates like that inside of us and witness what happens with your photographs technology and right in front of your eyes. And in the kitchen, we recently, at the monastery in the miracle coordinate of recent, during a transmission, Miss Elawan watched a door open in front of her that was actually not in existence in the field that we currently knew there was a door there, right in the middle of the kitchen counter. And I saw a white cat running by, and the guidance said white Tibetan cat, or Tibetan cat. And I looked it up. What did I find but a white cat? This is multi-D. It's fun. Let's play. All right. So I've been sitting here in the snow where I took a little tumble, my second one on the LoveStream, and I think that my bottom is probably a little bit soaked from the snow, and I think we got the point across to our collective, so let's continue to play in the miracle coordinate. There is no such thing as time, so banish the word from your language. We do not give our consent to time and gravity, and we do open to the field of the miracle for connecting together. If this LoveStream is helpful, please share it. Please check out the links of the amazing co-creations and collaborations that I put on here. and we will add more and continue to go forth. And if you feel to share these love streams, by the way, check out our Spreaker, Unity Transmissions, Spreaker.com. And we are posting transmissions there. And yeah, so stay in the transmission with us, the Unity field, and watch the miracles and magic. Let's play. All right, I'm going to go make a snowman and celebrate the elements. Mwah. And the snowflakes, all unique and individual, making up an incredible cymatic. We're surrounded by the Aurora. Look at it. Do, 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 do. We love we. Yay.